You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. As Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible.
Dr. Gaffney, I had a question for you. The White House had a press conference today, and they talked about trying to do things to minimize the spread. So they put out some information, and they're saying 15 days to slow the spread. And they've a lot of things that Roland mentioned that we should do. Do you think 15 days is enough time to slow the spread?
No. I think that it's going to take more than the 4 or 8 weeks that they're predicting that it's going to take to, quote unquote, flatten the curve. And remember, the flatten the curve is not an idea that is going to bring the number of infections to zero. It's just going to slow down the rapidity of the spread and the number of cases that we see all at once. Flatten the curve is about that this infection, this pandemic is going to spread because that is just the natural progression of a disease like this. But we can't have everybody sick all at once because our healthcare system can't stand that. So if we flatten or bring down that curve, what we're really doing is spreading out the number of cases so we don't see them all at once.
Dr. Benjamin, here's what I think is at play with the 15 days. I think what's at play is Americans cannot handle
a month or 2 months.
Precisely.
Yeah.
I think psychologically,
I agree with that.
If you told Americans, like perfect example, I'm going to pull this up in a second, Henry. The National Security Council had to go to Twitter to tell people stop this whole spread that this national shutdown was going down. This came out literally almost midnight last night. Go to my iPad. Text message, rumors of a national quarantine are fake. There's no national lockdown. CDC Gov has and will continue to post the latest guidance on COVID-19. Dr. Fauci actually has he's actually floated this idea of a 14 shutdown. I don't think Americans can handle psychologically 2 or 3 months. So I think what is really at play here, by them saying 15 days, what they're also, and then with the shutting down of restaurants and gyms and everything, I think this is their way of trying to achieve this without actually saying it. And so, because here's what I think, just tell me if I'm crazy, I think what they're saying is like, 15 days, we need to get these tests out, ramp up testing, and then I think after 15 days, you're going to hear another 15 days, because I just think Americans, oh my God, they just said 3 months. What are we going to do?
I honestly, I've been telling people we need to do this for 2 weeks and then reboot. Relook at what's happening and then reconsider what we're going to do. I understand that if I told my kids they had to sit at home for a month, ain't going to happen. Probably can get away with 2 weeks because that's what we do when we go on vacation.
Right.
They can probably live with 2 weeks.
But also all the events, because see, if you throw out 2 or 3 months, now you got these churches. Well, hold up, that's tithes and offerings for 3 months. You got. No, seriously.
No, absolutely.
You got events.
It gives you time to adjust.
You got nonprofits. You got galas. Look, the folks at Essence Festival announced that. Look, we're monitoring this whole deal. We're looking into alternative dates, but as of right now, we're going to move forward within July. I'm vice president for Digital, National Association of Black Journalists. We postpone our regional conferences. Our national conference is July 8th through 12th in D.C. The national conference for us supplies our revenue to run the organization. If all of a sudden they go, we must be locked down for 3-4 months, people about to totally freak out. That's what I think the dance is here at play.
Well, I can share, we've canceled from my association all of our face-to-face member engagements. These are not meetings, they're member meetings through the end of June. Our big meeting with 13,000 of our closest friends is in November, end of October, beginning of November, right before the election. Obviously, we're hoping that this is over by then. But we've been around since 1872, and we've had to move our meeting. We had to move our meeting for the Great Pandemic from September through December. In order to do this social distancing thing back then. We had to move our meeting for Katrina. We were supposed to be in New Orleans that year. And we stopped our meeting during World War II once. So we've had some experience in doing this. And you're exactly right. We're all going to have to be on pins and needles, and every 2 weeks we're going to have to figure out what we're going to do.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. All right, so a lot of y'all are always asking me about some of the pocket squares that I wear. Now, Robert don't have one on. Nope. Now, I don't particularly like the white pocket squares. I don't like even the silk ones. And so I was reading GQ magazine a number of years ago, and I saw this guy who had this pocket square here, and it looks like a flower. This is called a shibori pocket square. This is how the Japanese manipulate the fabric to create this sort of flower effect. So I'm going to take it out and then place it in my hand so you see what it looks like. And I said, man, this is pretty cool. And so I tracked down, it took me a year to find a company that did it. And so they make these about 47 different colors. And so I love them because, again, as men, we don't have many accessories to wear, so we don't have many options. And so this is really a pretty cool pocket square. Now, what I love about this here is you saw when it's in the pocket, you know, it gives you that flower effect like that. But if I wanted to also, unlike because if I flip it and turn it over, it actually gives me a different type of texture. And so therefore it gives me a different look. So there you go. So if you actually want to get one of these shibori pocket squares, we have them in 47 different colors. All you got to do is go to RolandSMartin.com/pocket squares. All right, so first of all, that graphic is way too small. So tomorrow we're going to run it right down here all across the screen. So it's RolandSMartin.com/pocket squares. All you got to do is go to my website and you can actually get this. Now, for those of you who are members of our Bring the Funk fan club, there's a discount for you to get our pocket squares. That's why you also got to be a part of our Bring the Funk fan club. And so that's what we want you to do. And so it's pretty cool. So if you want to jazz your look up, you can do that. In addition, y'all see me with some of the feather pocket squares. My sister, who's a designer, she actually makes these. They're all custom made. So when you also go to the website, you can also order one of the customized feather pocket squares right there at RolandSMartin.com/pocket squares. So please do so. And of course, it goes to support the show. And again, if you're a Bring the Funk fan club member, you get a discount. This is why you should join the fan club. Now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video. You want to check out Roland Martin Unfiltered? YouTube.com/Roland S. Martin. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. It's Roland Martin Unfiltered. See that name right there? Roland Martin Unfiltered. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's YouTube.com/Roland S. Martin. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so when we go live, you'll know it.